Welcome back to another Minetest mod review. Today we are looking at the LWScratch mod, which adds these cute little robot guys, and they can be programmed to do things using a Scratch programming language or something like that. I've heard of that briefly, but I have zero actual experience with Scratch. So, well, actually, now I have a little bit because I don't know if you consider it writing code when it's like this, but yeah. So I made some code. Let's put it that way. I made some code. So we're gonna start this by I'm just gonna throw a little something together here. I'm just gonna call this guy Rocky, and we're gonna spell it goofy for no apparent reason. I'm gonna give him some cobblestone, and we're gonna make I'm actually going to have him turn left, and then I'm going to do a loop, and we will loop as long as the counter is less than a number. So we're going to take a number, and we'll just do, I don't know, I meant to do 20, not 2-. We'll hit set to set the number to 20. So now this will run for 20 cycles. We're going to have it move forwards. We're going to have a place backwards. How do I actually do this? How do I tell it what to place? Oh, this is a good question. This is a good question. I don't know. Okay, well, we'll just the execute button. 3-4 item variable or text must. Oh, so can I just throw a... Sweet! There we go! Rocky is out in the wild. He turned left. He's going to make a beautiful trail of cobblestone. That should be 20 cobblestone nodes long. You'll notice gravity doesn't affect Rocky here, so he has no problem just, kind of floating in the sky to place these. Good work, Rocky, but you know what? You kind of made a mess. So, I'm going to go ahead and just throw this out by throwing it back into this area here. Now I think you can throw them out by dropping them into any of these inventory slots as well. I'm going to make him move backwards, and I'm going to have him dig backwards. I might have to do that the other way. There we go. See what happens. Dude, you're going all the wrong way. If you shift punch, you can stop executing code. If he has inventory... Oh, I suppose I should probably explain that. Let me go over to one of these. Pavel, my good friend, Pavel. So you can set a robot name by typing a name here and then setting it. And then you have all of your different programming things, whatever you would call these buttons, options to the right. This is the robot's inventory. This is your player inventory. This is all of the robot's code. So this little guy is going to loop. And then while the counter is less than 300, it'll dig forwards and move forwards. Whenever it loops, it automatically internally just creates a counter. So you can just do counter less than, or where are we here? Counter greater than. You can do even, you can do odd. So you could make it on every even, it would play something. On every odd, it would play something else if you wanted to do an alternating pattern. But let's see what old Pavel can do for us here. So he's just gonna dig a straight line. Evidently, it won't break any dirt above it, which that's kind of annoying. But it is what it is. All right, cool beans. Well, we'll come back to Pavel a little later. Let's take a look at my good friend Foobar here. So this is the first bit of code that I wrote, I guess. This might look complicated. It probably doesn't. It's not. It's super basic, actually. So again, we have a loop. While the counter is less than 30, we move forwards, we turn left, we dig down, we move forwards, turn left, dig down, move forward, turn left, dig down, move forward, turn left, dig down. And then finally, we move down, and then we loop again. We do this 30 times, and then we send a chat message saying, I'm digging to China. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the power button and let my little buddy do his thing here. And notice, just digging down. It's great. This is the previous hole we dug. Super useful. Now you might be thinking to yourself, well, what if I program something super useful, extremely helpful, and very time-consuming to write the code for? Then what? No worries. For you can dig and place them as long as you gave it a name. And actually, pro tip, you don't even have to give it a name. I had one in here. I don't have it anymore. If you leave it without a name, it'll just get a number, which I think is derived from the position where it's located, but I'm not 100% sure. So this guy digs backwards and moves backwards, but he turns left first. I don't need him to turn left. I just want him to... Actually, you know what? Let's, I don't know which one this was. Was this one? Yeah, okay. He's moving back. He's going to clean up this mess that the other dude made, because... it was kind of messy, kind of a big, ugly mess. Nice work down there, buddy. Nice work. Now, this guy. Oh, hey, we got a drop. Cool. It's just gonna dig a really long pathway. Oh, you know what? That was a major design flaw on my part. I can't go into this pathway. I mean, I can do this because I have creative, but yeah, this was a mistake. This was a big mistake. So let's rectify said big mistake by programming another robot to do more or less the same thing, but different. So I'm gonna walk all the way back. I don't know why fast isn't. Oh, maybe I have to enable. There we go. All right, so you've cleaned up the mess. Nice work. How's the hole coming? Still digging? Okay. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So it'll face you when you place it. So pretty much if you want it to go forwards, you need to look the opposite direction that you place it. Simple enough. All right, little buddy. Here's my task for you. We're not digging backwards, actually. I'll leave you called Broski because that's fine. We're going to start with a loop yet again. We're going to do counter less than. We will do a number. We have to assign a value to the number. I'm going to do 200, and then we'll set that. So now this will do this for 200 counts. We are going to move forwards. We will dig forward, and we will dig forward up. And this should now break the grass, right? Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, hey, stop, buddy. Buddy, stop, please. Oh, I have to clear his inventory first. Okay. I mean, you were doing great. You were doing great, man. But I need you to do a couple of little things for me. So for starters, we need to do... I need a torch. Actually, I need a lot of torches. Like a lot. I know there's better and faster ways, like just give me and then an exorbitantly large number, but this will work too. Okay. Hey, bud, here, I'm going to give you some goodies, okay? I want you... I don't know how to do this. So... Place item. Pull item, place... Nope. This is from chests. You can craft things. Placed... Okay. So we can place backwards. And we can place a torch. Now, unfortunately, this is going to place a torch every single time, and I don't want a torch every single time. I actually want a torch every 10. I don't know if I can do that. I mean, it's got to be possible, right? So let's say we have some fun things here. Counter equal to, counter greater than, counter less than, counter is even, counter is odd. And then we have variables. Variable is even, variable is odd. So we could just do counter is even. We can do if counter is even, place backwards, place a torch. I think that'll work. Hey, oh no, buddy. But I mean, I hadn't thought of that. It's placing the torches goofy. I don't think I can actually do anything about that. I don't really get placed backward. Oh. Yeah, no, maybe I just need to do place up. No, okay. Let's try to place down? I don't know. You're not even placing torches anymore. Okay, so place backward down? Was I placing backward down or backwards up? Okay. So just place backwards, but then it might just be a goofy thing because it's torches. Oh well, I guess that's just gonna be the way it's gonna be. Not exactly a fan. But yeah, we'll let him do his thing. I'm assuming when I do this. Oh, no, I thought they would all just fall down. Alright, well, no matter. So, here he is, you know, and I mean, the whole torch thing didn't work quite as well as I'd hoped. But it is what it is. Hey, buddy down here. My small friend. My small friend Fubar. You got me some coal and some stuff? Sweet. I didn't need it, didn't want it. But thanks anyways, bud. Thanks, bud. Okay, we're gonna place you over here and we're gonna do something different now. And hopefully this works. Okay, so we're gonna do all this, right? And then we're going to I need to get some items first. I need a lot of ladders. Actually I don't, because it only digs 20 deep, so suppose I don't. I'm gonna get rid of this chat too. I suppose I really should explain what all this stuff is. Can I place forwards? He moves down. I think there's a space in front of him. Put all of these in his inventory. Go, buddy. Make me proud. Actually work. Oh. Yeah, that's. Yeah, let's maybe place backwards. Would that work? Bro, you're not working at all. Okay. Oh wait, let's place up. Let's try that. Because above you will always be open. I know that. Hey. All right. So it's less than optimal. Because the shovels, yes, the ladders are rotated sideways. But I mean, in its defense, yeah. See, that's how I really wanted them to place. But it would appear as if that's not really an option, unfortunately. All right, well, I'll just let him do his thing. Trenchy boy, how we looking here, Trenchy boy? Oh, okay. He's still trenching away. Now, the reason I actually did this, admittedly, this is a lot more torches than you would probably want to be using, but these guys are craftable. I suppose maybe I should have mentioned that from the get-go, huh? So this isn't a creative-only thing. It's actually a pretty inexpensive craft recipe. Some copper, a bits of steel, some tin, some glass, some coal, some clay, some stone, some stick. Bada boom, bada bing. You get yourself a little friendly itch programmable robot. And then you can use this to look for caves. Ooh, that is the wrong hole. I almost fell and died. That would have been sad. Here we go. Hey, bud, how's the cave coming along, huh? Hey there, buddy. Okay. Found some coal. Sure, that's cool. That's cool. Woo, what a jump. Now, of course, you could program him to place torches in here as well. But after my roaring success with these torches, I kind of figured that it would probably just look goofy if I did that. So I didn't. So let's start. Yeah, so this is, he just gets a random number. Let's start from the beginning to explain things. Public and private. If it's private, that means only you can edit it. If it's public, anybody can edit it. Additionally, the chat messages that it sends when it's private will only be sent to the owner, whereas if it's public, it'll just send it to the entire server. There is a setting that you can disable that. So if you don't want people using their robots to say naughty things, well, there's a setting for it. So I guess I have caps lock on. We start with giving our robot a name. Again, you don't have to. It works without it. You can clear. That'll clear everything in here. So I can just throw some things in. So if you decide, yeah, I totally borked everything up, I need to just completely start anew, you can just clear button. There is no undo for that, though. So watch it. Now, you can also do things such as insert lines and remove lines. So if you realize that, oh, oops, I need to put another line in my code, you can easily do that. And if you gave yourself extra lines that you didn't need, you can remove them. Of course, if you remove a line that has content in it, you lose it. Again, there's no undo button. So kind of make sure you know what you're doing before you do it, right? As far as your controls, commands, whatever, you can move your robot forwards, backwards, up, down. Yeah, down, up, turn left, turn right. So if you want to move sideways, you just turn it and then move forwards or backwards. Seems relatively straightforward there. You can dig forwards, downwards. So if you're doing like a stairway going down, you can do that. Dig up if you're underground and you need to get back up. Dig forward and up. You would have to use both of these in combination, of course, with moving down, moving up, and moving forward or backwards to make that diagonal travel pattern you will need to dig. Dig backwards in case you need to clear out the space behind you, which could actually be useful to dig behind you and dig forward and up. And then when you move up, that would... Let me demonstrate with the world's best demonstration system. Okay, so we have this stone that we're trying to dig through, right? And we have our robot here, right? So we use the dig forward and up, right? So that removes this node. And then we move our robot up. I don't know if we actually can move it up because there's something there, right? So before we do that, I guess we would just do a dig up, huh? So now we clear this node. Then we move our robot up, right? I don't know why I can't move my robot up. This is kind of breaking the whole system. Okay. So we move the robot up, right? And then we move the robot forwards. I'm just going to have to pull him out of here every single time I want to move him. This is great. All right. Well, then, anyways, so now we move our next stone because we're back to the front loop, right? Dig forwards and up. Dig up. So now we clear this out. We move our robot up. Well, I can't, but we do this and we do that, right? So now he's here. Well, unfortunately, if you're a player trying to get up this, you actually won't be able to climb up this because your head will hit on this node or your feet will hit on this node. So, simple solution. Add a dig down node. Now, we'll also remove that node. We're going to dig forwards and up. We'll remove that. We'll remove the top node here. We'll remove the bottom node, which I actually just removed, but that should have still been there. So we'll remove that. Then we'll move the robot up. We'll move the robot forwards. So now the robot's here. Now we take this node, which we can't see, but it's there. Take the node above it, which again we can't see, but it's there. Take this node. And now we are creating a stairway that is wide enough for us to actually climb up. Wow, that's so incredible. Now you don't have to spend all that time to dig your own way out of a cave when you can't figure out how to get out. Also, you can, I forget what this button was called, force loading or something. So if you have this button toggled, which it's kind of hard to tell the difference, but this is toggled state, this is untoggled state. If it's toggled, it'll make the robot keep running even if nobody's around it. It does that by force loading the map block. So, yeah. Anyway, back to about all of these things. So I kind of went over these. The arrow points to the direction relative to the robot that is being dug. And then we have placing options. As we saw with the torch, rotation of items might be a little wonky, so be prepared to maybe use the screwdriver a bit to fix some things if you do that. Pull items and put items, this will interact with a chest. So you do have to make sure that the code is correct. Can I really call this code? The blueprint. Let's go with that. That feels more appropriate. You have to make sure the blueprint's correct, that there is, a chest there to pull the item from or to put an item into. And you would just say you want to put an item, you would put one item there to say which item you want to put, and then any from your inventory would be put into there. So you could make the robot come back once it's done doing something and drop stuff off in the chest and then go back out and do it again. You can drop items as well. So if you just wanted the robot to leave a trail of cobblestone, I'm sure server operators would love you doing that. But yeah, you could do that too. And then you can trash items as well. So maybe, you're like, hey, robot, I know you're digging a giant, super deep hole, but I don't really need all the cobblestone. So just throw that out for me, okay? Would you, buddy? And it can do that. It can craft as well. Now, this I'm not 100% sure how you do it. I'm guessing you would just put the output item you want it to craft. Let me look in the manual real quick. I don't think it said. Blah, blah, blah. Put, pull, drop, trash, craft. If followed by an inventory image, crafts the given inventory item. The materials for the craft must be in the robot's storage. All right. If followed by text or variable item, crafts the inventory item named in the text or variable. So you can do that. I should mention you could also use variables in any of these positions or any of these places. So you would basically say, I want to trash, and I'll use a variable, and I'm just going to do default dirt set, and now it would throw out default dirt. So that would be how that would work. We have variable assigning, adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing by. So these you would assign a variable, and this I didn't really use too much, so I'm not really sure how that all works. I don't know how that would work. So like you could assign a variable, but I don't know how you decide what value you're assigning to the variable. I can assign the value of default dirt. Okay, that's useful. And then I can throw a variable here. So I can assign this variable to equal default dirt. That seems... Or wait, no, I'm thinking about this wrong. Oh, wait. See, that doesn't make sense. Why would I need a variable assign when I assign a value to a variable by doing this? That equals default dirt. Why? I don't understand that one. I could add to a variable. So I think you would just go like 1. And then it'd be +1 to default dirt, which default dirt isn't actually a number. I feel like that should really be a number. So we can set 1, so this would be 1 + 1, I think. I'm not entirely positive. You have a stop button, so you would use this, or could use this in a conjunction with if, I don't know, because I don't know how you do this. I want to do, here we go. If variable is equal to 1, then we stop, I think. I'm not 100% sure. Take all this with a grain of salt. There's a wait button. I assume you just give that time, I can't assign it time. So evidently you need a variable like this. I assume it just kind of pauses, and then after that wait, it continues to execute the code in the loop the way the loop is. Chat, that's pretty simple. You put a chat in, and it'll chat whatever's the next item behind it. So you could throw an item there, you can throw a text variable there, number variable, text variable, and a variable. That seems pretty simple. These ones here will get the name of an item. So if you want to know what node your robot is standing on or is below, you can get name down. And you would have to assign that to a variable somehow, but again, I'm not really positive how you do that. I'm guessing these are variables, blah, blah, blah. Or maybe you don't assign it a variable. Oh, you know what? Maybe you just do this. So we have if, right? And then we go name down, and then we need a variable. And we're gonna, yeah, actually, no, we'll just call this default dirt. I don't know why I changed that. If the name below it is default dirt, then send a chat message with some text that says default dirt. Sure, why not, right? I'm just gonna clean this up quick. Oopity boopity doopity oopity boopity. So I have an error here. Line 1 condition, or line 1 space 3, which is named down, I assume. Condition must follow if. Isn't that my condition? Default dirt? How do I make a condition then? That's variable assign. Variable equal to default dirt? Oh, no, it's now it's an error on 2. If name down variable equal to default dirt. Well, oh, this would be 2 actually. Condition must follow if. If variable equal to, well, I don't know what the variable is yet. How does this work? I'm so confused. Okay, how do I assign a value to a variable? So I have name down. I want to assign that to a variable. Variable equal to blah, blah, blah. Well, that's great, but how do I tell this to equal, or wait, do I just do this? Name equals name down. If name equals default dirt, then send a chat message. Buddy, I'm gonna need to place some dirt below you. Yeah, let's see if this works. I will be a professional. It's not giving me an error, but it's also not doing what I want it to. So I don't know if it's working or not. Also, that should only be indented once. Bud, can you name equals name down if name equals default dirt? Chat, this worked. Dude, would you send me a chat message saying if it worked? I don't have this at time. Great. Okay, bud, I just need you to do one thing, okay? Just one thing. He's not doing it. Name equals name down. If name, that's supposed to be the node below it, equals default dirt. Do I need to put that? Oh, wait a minute. You know what? Let's throw that out. Throw that out. Let's put dirt here. Yes! Swell. So, now of course this doesn't actually help us at all. I was gonna say you could use this to make a farming robot, right? So you'd make a loop, and you'd have the robot placed in the air above your nodes of all your crops, and just have it travel on top of all the crops. And then it would just look for the node below it. And if it was, I don't know, wheat _8, it would harvest it. And then it would replant the seeds. And it would do that through the whole field and then come back to the chest and unload all of the seeds and all of the wheat. Yay, unlimited profit. But for some reason, this doesn't seem to be working. Name equals name down. If name equals. Don't I need a variable? I mean, I can't imagine I'm just supposed to use dirt. Yep, that doesn't work. Default dirt. Also doesn't work. Well, what do you want? Default dirt? Okay, well, I'm sure somehow it's supposed to work, but clearly I'm just an idiot and I don't know how to make it work. So we will move on. So this is getting all the names, which we saw does actually work if you do this. But that doesn't help for crops where you can't get the crop or the node that's the crop. So yeah, that's not overly super helpful. If, we've kind of demonstrated that. The if and the loop, those do need to be indented. That's kind of how it knows. Because you could have a single line in your blueprint here that's longer than the width of this. So you would just word wrap it to the next. And then you just have to do indentations for your ifs or your loops. You have your standard comparators, I think they're called. Nots, ands, ors. So you could do if name is not dirt, then chat this worked. So we'll see it doesn't chat, but if I dig this dirt out, it actually is also. Oh, wait. Name, number, text, variable, or item must follow variable equals. Oh, you know what? So I bet I need to do if not. There we go. So you have to do the not first. All right. That's swell. Now, theoretically, you could also do another variable up here for the node above it. And then you could do if not variable dirt or another something on top, then do something, you know. Theoretically, that's all possible. Counter, this is the loop, like I said, automatically creates a counter. So every time the loop does a, ooh, sorry about that. Every time the loop does a cycle, the counter goes up 1. So you can stop the loop when it hits a certain number. Or while the loop is lower than a certain number, you can do something. And then once it exceeds that, you can do something different, you know, whatever you want. This is our variable equal to. If your variables are numerical, if it's greater than, if it's less than, if it's even or odd. You can do this as well. If check if your robot has an item, or if the robot has space to hold an item. And then you can detect nodes, which I don't know what difference the detect does from the name, honestly. Let me look through the manual real quick here. So we have blah, 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 blah. You know what? I don't actually see that in the manual here. The mod has a PDF manual included, which is super helpful. Okay, so we have detect. Must be set with a name in the top slot. If followed by an inventory item, true if the node in the relevant direction matches the inventory item. Okay, so this would be, I guess you could do a much smarter version of what I have here and do if detect down is dirt, chat this works. Oh, I need to put the dirt below it again. That's why. Hey, little buddy, let's try this out. Hey, what do you know? That made it simpler. Well, that's good to know. And then again, we have the insert and remove lines. Super. Super duper. And if you, oh, sorry. I have to take its inventory out. If you want, no, you can, you know, place it elsewhere and find out that there's not dirt below it. It seems like a very useless robot, but you know, it's all about the experience, right? It's all about what you learned along the way. Good work, little buddy. You got me 3 pieces of coal. You are useless. Go back to work. All right, I'm climbing up. 3 pieces of coal. That's gonna hurt. That was garbage. Let's see what this guy's done. Did you actually stop, bro? Bro! I don't think he was toggled to keep running when nobody was around. Inventory on these you'll only see for a fraction, because as soon as he moves, the inventory changes. So yeah, this is kind of interesting. Found a small cave, eh? Hey there! Oh, I say, matey. That's brilliant, isn't it, governor? Alright. I don't know what the British accent was for. That's the LWScratch mod. Make yourself some handy-dandy robots that can do some handy-dandy things. No prior experience needed, but probably definitely helpful. Yeah. Again, there is a PDF manual included with the mod. So if you've never used Scratch before, I definitely recommend taking at least a brief skimming over that, because it taught me everything I know, which admittedly isn't saying much, but it's an excellent resource if you've never used Scratch or a Scratch-like language, I guess. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching. Tune in next week for another mod review, and I will see you then.